Hello guys, welcome back to G's art classes. Today we're going to continue the, fruit portrait. I'm going to start with mixing some yellow color into the little light green. Try to make some highlights on the top because the light comes from the top. Mix a little bit of cadmium yellow. Mix a little bit of that green color again. Mix a little bit of brown color. Then green into the color you mixed. See, like nice olive green. And then I'll go back to use that yellow to bring the edge. And then I'll mix ultramarine blue into the color that you just used. Mix a little bit of that dark green color mixed with brown color. Do some wet there. Mix the brown color back to the color you just mixed. Some gaps that you see from the pear, and then I'll mix yellow because bright a little bit here, right? A little bit of green color. A little bit of that brown. Take some colors off. That orange color into that green. Yellow into that color. Cadmium yellow. Brown color. To do the wet. Okay. Then I'll mix that, brown color to bring that little parent, dots that you see from pear, Still wet, so it's nice because you can make it more natural, right? And then mix that green color down, make it darker some parts, right? And then ultramarine blue to that green color. Oops. It's okay. I'll lift that color up a little bit and then I'll mix yellow into all the greens that you used. Continue mixing a little bit of red color. So you could use those kind of color. You just have to put the second layer so that it's not so obvious they use that color. It's not making natural. And then mix some green color into that light green color. Bring some big brush marks. Mix a little bit of light light green. Yellow. Yellow color. And a little bit of green. That green color. That dark color. So basically around this part, I mixed green between green and orange and brown color, right? So whenever I make darker color, I mixed ultramarine into the color that I was using. Doesn't have to be the same color I use. You can always try to observe your own fruit that you're painting, since some of you guys are painting some different image. But if you're looking at this, you can always go back and come back. But around here, I started with some of the yellowish light green color, mix a little more yellow over here, mix green to actually smoothen the colors over here, and then make some olive green mixing green and brown color, right? And then I'll mix ultramarine color into the colors that you're using, right? So then bring that dark color in the corner. That's the darkest spot that I see. And then I'll mix some green color, bring it down all the way here, soften the edge, and then mix some orange color into that color that you just used, and then soften the color over there. And then back to use some ultramarine color or blue colors that you can find in your palette. Mix that to make it back to a little bit of that gray color. Bring that line down since it's darker down there. And then I'll mix yellow into the green color that you've been using, which to make olive green color. So bring that little bit of brush marks over there, and then mix a little bit of green color again to make some accent color down there. And then back to use that purple color that you had in your palette. Bring that out. use yellow color into some orange color you have in your palette. Fill some parts in the edge, and then I'll use that gray color you just used. Mix ultramarine with some brown color that you had in your palette. Bring that some dark parts in your painting, mix into the green color you just used. Mix some darker parts over there. Soften the color that you just used. And then I'll mix a little bit of orange color into yellow ochre color you have in your palette. Bring the top, mix burnt sienna color into that. So bring the top part. And then I'll mix Van Dyke Brown into the color that you have. Bring it down. If you press, you can make it a little lighter in the palette. And then I'm gonna mix ultramarine blue to finish it up. See that? Then I'll put some darker colors over here so that I'm indicating some, you know, parts that are going in. Okay. Then lighten the color that you're using right now. Make some of that, you know, pattern that the pear has, and then I'll mix yellow into light green color. Bring another layer of that color. But you see how I'm leaving some parts out as brighter parts so that I can still indicate the light source in your painting, right? I'm gonna mix back to that brown color I used and bring that more dot. This is wet on wet still, so you can see some of the parts that are not so clear, which is fine because you'll have some parts that are not clear, are clear because you didn't do the wet on wet, you know what I mean? But if you use only dry to dry skill on that part, it'll just look very unnatural in a way that the nature object doesn't patternize in the same way that you think it is, right? Which means, like, you know, like as we think that the patternize means like some parts should be more repetitive. It is repetitive, but with the different size of dots that you're using. And then also you can lighten the color into some brighter parts, the dots, and then I'll make that nice black color by ultramarine blue and Van Dyke Brown. Bring the seed. Lighten the color with a brown color. Still. Then use that black color to make some line clear as the pattern for the watermelon, right? And then this yellow color itself, mixing with a little bit of that cadmium yellow color. And that Confident Marks, just bringing only the cadmium yellow color to bring the top. Mix orange into the color that you just used. It's a little too strong, so just always think about the highlights when you do this. Bring red color. It's This is apple. Mix some brown color there in your palette to finish that part. Bring some red color. Some dark brown parts. Red. Some yellow color that you have mixed with brown color. A little bit of that yellow you use in the beginning. And then the red you just use. Soften it out a little bit, lighten it up. Mix nice red and pink and red purple color. Bring some brush marks, and then mix a little more of purple color to bring some nice contrast of the color that you had to use. Then bring that with the red color, mixing in. Lighten up the color. Whenever you press the brush, that's where you get the colors really lightened in that part. Use the purple and the brown color to actually make that more significantly darker. And then lighten the color by mixing into water a little bit. Okay. And then mix the orange color into that red you just used. So you can connect this part. Make it darker with red. The purple. Green color. ultramarine into Van Dyke brown color. Darken some parts that has supposed to have the shadow color. Bring that. Okay. Darken some parts. Then mix light brown, ultramarine blue with Van Dyke brown to bring that dark color. Bring more blue on the top so that I can actually indicate that that's the darkest part. Now mix some yellow into the red color, so make it more. It's too dark. I'm gonna brush it out. Some second layer, but very lightly, so you can't even really tell you did that. But just trying to bring some second layer of watermelon color. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna really wash my brush clean and dry it out by wiping off the paper towel, and then I'll scratch these parts of that painting so make it more like have highlights over there. Okay, a little bit more on the side. And then mix red, really red color, into the black color you made. Maybe show that that's really dark, you know? Okay. I'll do mix really yellow color, like lemon yellow, to the top. Mix cadmium yellow. Mix a little bit of olive green. Then a little bit of orange into that yellow, first yellow you used. Okay, just a little bit of yellow, orange color, not too much. Then I'll mix yellow ochre color into the color you just used. Okay, into that different direction of brush marks. Mix that little bit light green color. Cadmium yellow into some brown color you have in your palette. A little bit of that red, a little bit. cadmium yellow again. Mix that into the dark brown part. And then a little bit of that green color. Mix ultramarine into the brown color used previously for these colors. Doesn't have to be Van Dyke brown. You can mix the colors together by, you know, the colors that you mixed previously. That's fine. As you go, you can bring some brush marks over it. Then back to use that dark color. Mix that gray color. Okay. That cadmium yellow color, and then I'll bring some brown color that I previously used into the parts. I'll mix a little bit of that brown color into ultramarine blue. Okay, and then don't forget the shadow that I've been putting in. Soften. See, this is why you have to go through some of the basic skill videos, because those videos literally show all these techniques that you can actually try out, you know, in the actual painting. Okay, that color was not good. I'm going to mix a little bit of purple into that so it's not so crazy over there. Okay. Alrighty, this is about done, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish it with some Wedonat, and I'll fast forward that part, okay? Thank you.